As a Trump supporter, I don't regret my vote whatsoever. I mean, I just don't understand how people could be upset about Donald Trump accomplishing the things he campaigned on. I see these liberal leftist lunatics out here trying to say that MAGA's regretting their vote. Hell no, I never regretted my vote.
Democrats say Republicans regret voting for Trump. I don't know what Republican y'all talking about, because I'm a Republican and I do not regret voting for Trump at all. If anything, I actually like what he's doing.
So I think a lot of US voters, especially people on the left, are pretty delusional. They think that a lot of these Trump voters are regretting their votes. Maybe some of the moderate ones are, but a lot of the ones on the further side of the right don't regret their vote.
I hope you are doing well wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much and thank you for supporting me. Now, in today's video, we are going to talk about black Trump supporters. As we know, MAGA supporters are having the FAFO season. They are regretting their votes to Donald Trump. A lot of them, Latinos, white Americans, and they are regretting voting for Donald Trump. But it has come to my attention that some black Americans who voted for Donald Trump, they ain't regretting their vote anymore. And they're out here saying why they voted for Trump and why they are not regretting. In spite of things like dismantling DEI programs, economic and police benefit, immigration policies, these black Trump supporters ain't regretting their vote anymore. And they are happy because they are saying when Donald Trump was campaigning, he talked about immigration policies. He talked about the matters of DEI. He talked about social conservative values. He talked about political identity and etc. etc. And they knew exactly why they were voting for him. They knew exactly that Trump will deal with illegal immigrants, and it was like a gambling if when he deal with immigrants, he will deal with both illegal or legal. But they are saying that they knew exactly why they voted for Donald Trump. Some of them are saying things have gone down. The price of oil has gone down. The price of some commodities have gone down, and they are happy. So in today's video, I have featured a number of black Americans who are going to tell us why they ain't regretting and they are happy how things are unfolding, despite of some black people saying that things are not okay. Now, I want you to watch these clips and then we will come back again here and try to put some sense on it. Please.
Or am I regretting my vote yet? No, I'm not regretting my vote. You know why I'm not regretting my vote? Because gas prices are down. You know why I'm not regretting my vote? Because eggs prices are down. You know why I'm not regretting my vote? Because inflation is down. You know I'm not regretting my vote? Because the illegal immigration crossings are lower than they ever have been before. That's why I'm not regretting my vote. So the Democrats are mad, and they are trying to use any reason, anything that bad happens, right? This is what we're going to have to hear for the next 4 years. If the economy fluctuates a little bit, no matter what the good things that Trump did, no matter the fact that he has two possible peace deals, that he's got closer to peace than Biden ever did during his term, that he has lower immigration crossings than before, they're going to still try to use every situation to say, look, do you guys regret your vote? But the answer is going to be the same for the next 4 years. No, we don't regret our vote, because Biden destroyed the economy and none of y'all cared. None of y'all cared when Biden was destroying the economy. Now, anytime there's a fluctuation in the stock market, you care.
I voted for Donald Trump because I was tired of this great nation being bullied around by other countries. Okay? Yeah, we want to be fair to other countries, but we want other countries to be fair to us too. And there's no reason for us to pay high tariffs to other countries when we don't even impose those same tariffs on them. And that's just for starters, okay? I wanted a president who's going to be strong and tough. I want to feel safe at night. When I go to bed, I want to know my president is up. And this president doesn't play. He's a motherfucking bully. He just sank enemy ships. And then he came on. He comes on True Social and he goes, so we just sank enemy ships and I can guarantee they're not going to come back ever again. And when he says something, you believe it. This is a mother freaking bully. I didn't vote for somebody who was just going to wear a suit and tie, lie to my face, take my money and do nothing to help my people. And my people is the American people. All of you, whether you're Democrat or Republican, it really doesn't matter, guys. That's silly. Okay, let's get into the fact that we're human beings and we all occupying, this great country of America. Okay, so when I see anybody being taken advantage of, it's not right, because I believe in justice. So when I saw that Donald Trump got every single country, I mean, the man had a chart. Did you see his chart? He was like, so we have a chart of every single country. It's from A to Z. It's been alphabetized and it's been color-coded for every single country. And the ones that are red are very, very bad. I mean, they're like over 200%. And the ones that are green are modest. The ones that are yellow, they're popping off, and I'm going to put them in their place. This dude's a gangster. If you have any form of dislike for Trump, it doesn't make sense, because that's confusion right there. Because I don't know anybody who can get attacked and get up and say, fight, 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 lead a whole entire nation on his back, and then work at McDonald's. Only Donald Trump is the only U.S. person I know who could have done all of that and still have time to dance and party, man. Make America great again.
As a Trump supporter, I don't regret my vote whatsoever. I mean, I just don't understand how people could be upset about Donald Trump accomplishing the things he campaigned on. I see these liberal leftist lunatics out here trying to say that MAGA's regretting their vote. Hell no, I never regretted my vote. I like every single thing that Donald Trump is doing. Yes, I like his tariffs. China want to play hardball, 104% tariff on China. It don't look like it's going to be a lot of business going on with China. That's what it's looking like to me. Y'all are so crazy. And y'all are just so happy that China can ruin our economy. Y'all want to blame Donald Trump for losing jobs and raising the prices. Oh, how are we going to survive? How are we going to survive? Well, how did you survive the 4 years under Joe Biden with higher groceries and higher gas prices? How were you able to survive that? But now all of a sudden, when you got a president who can come in and rectify the situation, now all of a sudden you can't make it. Now all of a sudden it's the end of the world. Now all of a sudden your 401k going down and he's draining all your money. Man, if your 401k going down, take that shit out the stock market. You know how it go. Stop getting on TikTok and telling these lies because your feelings hurt because Kamala Harris lost. Donald Trump is bringing back jobs to the United States of America. While the liberal leftist lunatics out there spreading this propaganda, they don't want to speak about them 220,000 jobs that came back in March. They don't want to speak about the 160,000 jobs that came back in February. Trump already said he's on an anti-globalist agenda, and y'all still mad. Y'all better check where most of our jobs have gone in the past 30 years. If you're wondering why it's always a lack of jobs, in the past 30 years, most of our jobs have been lost due to globalization. Something like NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They took jobs out of the United States and placed them in these other countries to help these other countries build up their economy because they're third world countries. Man, y'all know how this go. I can never regret my vote for Donald J. Trump because he's saving the United States. He's protecting our economy. He's bringing jobs back and he's bringing investments back. Y'all know what's going on. Please stop lying. No, I don't regret my vote for
Democrats say Republicans regret voting for Trump. I don't know what Republican y'all talking about, because I'm a Republican and I do not regret voting for Trump at all. If anything, I actually like what he's doing. I think he completed like 96% of all of his campaign promises within the first 3 months. Signing executive orders left and right, trying to get illegal immigrants up out of the country. Interest rates are down, gas prices are down, oil prices are down. What are we not liking about him right now? Vietnam is trying to get their tariff from 90% down to 0%. A lot of countries are coming to the table trying to reduce their tariffs. South Korea, Japan's trying to figure out what they're going to do. Companies are moving back to America. You got Honda's trying to build factories in America. You got, even Apple is trying to invest in America. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on to where Democrats feel like Republicans are not supporting the country, the president. I'm supporting the president. I don't know what y'all think. What? Because he put a tariff on China, 25% tariff on China, 25% tariff on Canada, 25% tariff on Mexico, so that they can't send their products to Canada and Mexico and circumvent the tariff. Like what? Oh, because they put a 34% tariff on us, and we said we're gonna put a 50% tariff on them. Okay. Other than that, I mean, like what? I'm rocking with him. They want to do a retaliatory tariff. He want to do a 50% tariff. Okay. Let's see how this gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, we are one of the biggest, consumer bases in the world. I think we're gonna affect them. I think that's what's gonna happen. No, I don't regret voting for my president. None of that rhetoric y'all Democrats are trying to sell people and brainwash people into thinking is real. You know what I'm saying? And when this president has really opened up my eyes to the Democratic Party. I kind of knew y'all was shady, but when he had Elon Musk the Department of Government Efficiency do the forensic audit of the Treasury Department, and I seen how much expenditures was going out to terrorist organizations, and y'all got money flying out the window for other countries to make comic books and condoms and all kind of crazy stuff. Oh no, I see exactly who y'all are. Elizabeth Warren, against Elon Musk auditing the Treasury Department. What is going on? You know what I mean? I don't know. Last thing I would want is a Democrat to be in power, to be real with you. So don't think because I'm black, I'm just oh, he's just a Democrat. No. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's going to be pushing the country in a direction that many people always wanted to do. They wanted to bring manufacturing back to America. We're a service-based country. It is what it is. What do we produce? Think about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they need to slap 25% tariffs on steel, 25% tariff on aluminum. Let the market decide who's going to get, you know what I mean, what product now. People are going to start building it here. That's the plan. No, I do not regret voting for Trump. If anything, I'm excited. Every time I look in the news, I'm oh, what he doing now? He not just sitting around, not doing nothing, hiding. Every time something goes down, you see him immediately in an interview addressing people. They ask him something stupid, he say, oh, this is a stupid question. You know what I mean? He answers just about everything that's being asked. He does not beat around the bush. He tells you what it is. He stands on what he said he's going to do. No, I do not regret voting for my president. And subscribe to the channel so we could talk about more of this stuff. Then y'all know what's crazy? These Democrats that y'all trying to push, Jasmine Crockett. I just seen her say something really insane, right? She goes ahead and she says that, oh, I was traveling around educating people on illegal immigration and, and why they're needed. Cause who else is going to be farming? Y'all ain't trying to farm and we done picking cotton. And so what you trying to say? Illegal immigrants is picking cotton? These are the type of people that y'all trying to push up into the forefront. The Democrats, I feel like y'all have lost touch with y'all base. You know what I mean? And y'all got these lunatic politicians out here as, people y'all pushing. Look at this. Cory Booker spoke for 25 hours, right? And he didn't, in any of those 5 hours, did he say y'all should stop throwing Molotov cocktails or destroying Elon Musk businesses or hurting innocent people, vandalizing their Teslas? Did he say anything like that? I don't think he did. Y'all not interested in anything but pushing TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. That's what the Democratic Party is interested in. And some of y'all logic is just out the window. Y'all don't even know what y'all do. And whether, all this y'all was, oh, the markets is a little destabilized right now. Where were y'all when Biden was tearing up the country? Where were y'all when interest rates was almost 8%? Where was y'all at when people couldn't afford to buy houses? Where was y'all at when interest rates skyrocketed? Y'all ain't say nothing when that was going on. I'm trying to figure that out. People wanted to buy cars, and even if you had an 800 credit score, you were still getting a high interest rate under the Biden-Harris administration. Gas prices were high. Where was y'all at? I'm trying to figure that out. No, I am glad Donald Trump is president. I feel like this is the greatest, it's a great economic reset. That's what I feel like it is. And y'all don't know what to do about it. Shout out to Trump. Keep doing your thing. MAGA, it is what it is. Thug life.
Y'all, so you see the mainstream media talking about how immigrants that voted for Trump is regretting it. Now, let me explain that a little bit. None of them are. The actual immigrants that voted for Trump are not regretting it. Because this is what I'm saying. Immigrants that are here that voted for Trump, that knew what Trump was going to do with deportation and everything, had an understanding that there is a chance. It's like a lottery pick. There is a chance that he could say, yeah, we're going to deport every single immigrant that ever come to America. We knew that. We knew that's the worst case scenario. You already know. Like, he could be like, yeah, we're going to deport anybody that, we don't even care if we give you citizenship, we're going to take that away. That's called dictatorship. We know he can go that far. But the immigrants know that that's not what he was trying to do, or what it is he's trying to do. Now, we also know that doing this whole fiasco, like me, I'm an immigrant. I've been in America for 20 years. Legally, you know, I got family, I got kids. All of that, but I know that I could be at the wrong side, in the wrong place, while these agents trying to do that job, and I could get caught up in it. I could. And by the time they realize that I'm not an illegal, I'm back in Africa. Now, I'm not saying that they wouldn't have made it, but I'm just saying that could happen. It's a lot of work that's happening. It's a fast work and stuff. Nobody ever said it was going to be perfect. We knew that. These immigrants knew that. But this is what we voted for. What we voted for was this idea. There were other immigrants here, right? Like us, right? That we know, that come from the same place as us. And they were like, yo, we came here illegally. And we're like, oh, bro, well, welcome to the state. What are you going to do? And they're like, I'm not going to, like, pay taxes. You are dumb for paying taxes. I'm not going to, bro, I make money here, and I do this, and I get to do what I want to do. And we are like, so you're going to, like, try to integrate into America? And they're like, no, hell no. I'm going to make sure that, and then they are doing things like, let's just say one of these immigrants live into your neighborhood, right? Into your block. And you are asleep one day and they're causing noise outside. And you're like, huh, I gotta go to work in the morning and pay my taxes. You understand what I'm saying? Right? I gotta go to work in the morning and pay my taxes. This motherfucker don't pay taxes. He doesn't even have to schedule work. He doesn't care. He can get fired, get not a job, don't work, live on a couch, live on, like, okay. So, and not only that, he's telling us every day, he's telling you every day that you suck, that your life sucks, you are stupid and you're dumb. And it's like, okay, anybody gonna do anything about this? And that's why Trump came in. Trump, we the immigrants know that, yes, this whole immigrant crisis thing could go bad. Yes. But right now, there are some immigrants that we know that is fucking it up for everybody else. Even if you are here and you are here illegally, the immigrants, we don't give a fuck if you make it in America. But when you are doing it and then you're rubbing it in the face of the people that are here putting in work. Imagine somebody is at like your job and they are not even doing any work, but every day they're telling you like, you stupid, you dumb, how can you work? But they're getting paid and they're not even paying taxes on that pay. But that job is to just tell you how you stupid. And it's not even that job. They made it their job. But then the government is paying them. So then you gotta question yourself like, huh, am I stupid? Trump is saying, no, you ain't. And that's what this is. Mainstream media, y'all need to get this right. We know it could go. I know I could end up in Africa at the wrong time, the wrong day. I could meet the borders all, and he's like, bro, we're not talking. You sound like to say you are not from here. Let's go. I'm just saying it could be the wrong day. Does not. I will hold nothing against them. Nothing. But that's how it is working. So mainstream media, nope. We know what this man is doing. He's bringing back our job for those of us that want to work in America, and want to pay the taxes. I like clean streets. I like clean bathrooms. I like to go to Planet Fitness and these are my tax paying money doing this shit. So yeah, let's do it.
So I think a lot of US voters, especially people on the left, are pretty delusional. They think that a lot of these Trump voters are regretting their votes. Maybe some of the moderate ones are, but a lot of the ones on the further side of the right don't regret their vote. I don't think people realize that in this country, a lot of people, they don't vote to get something. They vote so the people that they hate don't have anything. So even if they bring this country down, they arrest all this research. I'm a researcher. I'm a biochemist by training. I'm also a neuroscientist by training as well. So the freezing of the NIH, the freezing of the CDC communications, the loss of benefits, they do not care that it affects people that look like them. They don't care if it affects people that they know personally and people that they love, because in their mind, that is worth it. If a person that they consider to be a quote unquote DEI is affected more by it, that does more for them than actually gaining something. And I think a lot of people need to realize this, because it saves a lot of time in terms of trying to explain stuff to people, trying to explain the statistics, trying to explain like why X, Y, and Z is bad. Because in their mind, when you have a vindictive spirit, a personality that is based on ensuring and solidifying lack for other people, the facts that these same policies can hurt you doesn't matter, because in your mind, that, if you want to call it revenge, get back, hate, retribution, evening the score, whatever you want to call it, all of that is worth it if you can stop who you perceive to be your enemy from getting ahead of you. This is why Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Pete Hegseth can get on national TV hours, less than one day after a horrific, fatal plane accident involving a military plane, and immediately blame DEI, because DEI now is going to be the scapegoat for everything that they want to get through, because they know that there is a rabid contingency within their base that will greenlight, will overlook, and will justify just about anything if you can say that DEI is responsible for the downfall of America. Now, they've politicized this death so horribly that one of the pilots, the parents, had to, withhold her name to put out a statement saying that she was justified in having her spot, because they've gone on this DEI rampage. And to a lot of the people that vote Republican now, and I'm not going to mince my words and say some, whatever, a lot of them, in many cases, I would say 90 to 100%, a lot of those people are willing to tank this country. They're really willing to rip apart the American institutions for the facts that they think that DEIs, which is code for Black, female in a lot of cases, right? Mainly Black as a race, but especially Black female people that they don't think are intelligent enough, qualified enough, or good enough to get anything, are getting an advantage over them. And they would rather see institutions be ripped apart, families be ripped apart, the prestige and the seriousness of many jobs be undermined. In the case of, air traffic controllers, scientists, whatever, they would rather see all of that undermined than to live with the perception that someone that they feel is unqualified is getting one over on them. And I think people need to really come to terms with that. They need to accept that, because that will save you a lot of time and energy arguing in favor of the Constitution, arguing in favor of this, arguing in favor of that, because these their thought process is not based in the Constitution. When you argue with someone, when you have a discussion, when you are doing a debate, the key tenet of debate is that both parties are coming from the debate with the same premise, but their conclusions are different. But if the other person's premise is not based in reality, you arguing with them is not going to make any difference to how they perceive your point of view. So cut the shit, save yourself the trouble, stop arguing with these people, let them go. They're a lost cause, okay?
I think my post was misunderstood. I support President Trump. I support the tariffs that he has placed. I support the border policy. I am so proud of how they have conducted themselves with the border. I think that is amazing. They did what Congress said was absolutely not possible without a new bill in place. I know our president knows a lot more about the situation at hand and what is going on with Iran than I. Of course he does. However, I just feel it is not the right time for a military strike on Iran. But regardless of what the president chooses to do in this situation, I will support him. And for those of you in the comments asking, how can I get this lady off my feed? Stop commenting on my posts. When you stop commenting, being a jerk on my posts, they will disappear from your feed. But I know you're not going to do that. It's really actually common sense. Oh, sorry, I forgot who I was talking to. Well, just stop commenting on the posts. I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon. God bless each and every one of you.
For anybody that want to ask me, do I regret voting for that boy Donald J. Trump? Man, hell no, I don't regret that. Man, salute to the Don, man. Keep your foot on their necks, man. You're doing a good job out here. See, I paid attention to the campaign trail. You said it was going to take about a year to get this thing under control. It's going to be hard before it get better. It got to be, especially if you calling out the BS and you got to go clean that shit up. It got to get worse before it get better. And it's all good, man. If you like me, who work every day anyway, you good, man. You straight. We ain't tripping, man. And I'm not even Team MAGA. I just fucks with Trump, you feel me? So, man, hell no, I don't regret my vote at all. I'm eating good. I'm doing great over here. Shoot, I done made a little bit more money since Trump been in this motherfucker. You hear me? Salute to the Don. Keep doing your thing, Trump.
I got a message to the left. Keep MAGA out your motherfucking mouth. Let's talk about it. My girl Pretty Realist talked about this the other day. And we're starting to see these lies happening with the media, where now they're trying to say that MAGA regrets their vote. We don't. Matter of fact, we're happy about it. They want to lean into these protests. If we look at the election numbers, popular vote-wise, it was pretty close, even though she lost all the swing states. And these are nothing but disgruntled Democrats. That they're sitting into these town halls, they're protesting, pissed off because they got their ass whooped. No, that's not MAGA voters. When MAGA voters walk in the room, you know we're in the room. Pretty much we've gone through 4 years of bullshit where you lied and gaslighted us the whole damn time like the economy was great, not realizing and paying attention to the real details of the situation, that our economy was actually struggling, that we're losing influence as it relates to our trade, as we're starting to see our manufacturing industries just hollowed out. Matter of fact, to the point of non-existence. See, the whole purpose of MAGA is make America great again. Not make France great again, not China great again, not the whole globalist world great again. It's make America great again. Ultimately, it means focusing on domestic policy. Everything that Donald Trump has said he was going to do, he's fucking doing it. And guess what? We're happy about it. Yes, we know it's not going to be overnight, but guess what? We're actually seeing somebody actually doing something about it. When the Democrats talk about the stock market, talking about how much they hate billionaires, but now they're champion billionaires, you're nothing but a walking contradiction. Now these news outlets, CNN, MSNBC, now this new reverse psychology. And I'm starting to see it through all the news networks, even internationally, where they're saying that MAGA voters are regretting their votes. We don't. Pretty much we're happy about it. Yes, it's going to be tough. Again, the whole purpose of being a MAGA voter, it's tough. It's not easy to put this hat on. It's sad that nowadays it's hard to say that you're for America first and that you want to put America first, its interests first, instead of everybody else. When the globalist society has told us that we're supposed to think about them, not us. So Donald Trump is doing his damn thing. He's talking his shit and he's putting action behind it. And ultimately, you don't like that. So when we see all these protests, and if you paid attention to a lot of those protests, they were in confined areas. And yes, it was a lot of people. A lot of them were in blue cities. Of course they're pissed off. Of course they're mad. Because ultimately they can't do shit about it. Because America has spoken. MAGA voters are sitting back here supporting our president, letting him do his damn thing, while the media and all these fucked up ass judges are trying to thwart that in every way they can. And we see that. Again, you make yourself look stupid when you're fighting for gain, when you're fighting for globalist policy, when you're protesting against bringing back jobs to the middle class, to the heartland, to the Rust Belt. Again, that's not MAGA, and we're not supporting that. And to our federal employees, if we look at the amount of federal employees we have, it's only been about 1% of individuals have been fired, as opposed to Bill Clinton, who fired over 400,000. We haven't even topped that yet. And as it relates to Doge, we agree with Doge. The thing about it with this behemoth of this federal government, it's been years of fraud and abuse, years of agencies that's been created to not look out for the American people, to bankrupt this government. And it's going to take some time for that to happen. But ultimately, he's doing it right now. See, he's doing it early in his term. Pretty much he has 3.75 years left in this damn term. So he started early. Boots on the ground, running. And there's nothing you can do to stop that. So guess what? Something had to be done. Instead of sitting back and letting our country go to hell, Donald Trump is doing everything he can do to stop it from bleeding. And I applaud that. So again, keep MAGA out your motherfucking mouth. No, we are not for liberal policy. No, we do not regret our vote. And yes, we're supporting our president. His numbers are showing that. No matter what lie, reverse psychology you put in place, it's not going to change that. We bought it, we voted, and now it's time to spend it. So sit back and enjoy it and leave us the hell alone. Mind your business.
You know it's crazy? A lot of people asking, hey, do you regret voting for Trump? Not me. Not me, man. Let me tell you something. I know what I voted for, and guess what? Gas prices are getting lower. I mean, like, it was $3, now it's like $2.77 and getting lower. I mean, like, come on, man. You could tell life is better under Trump. It's only been, what, over 2 months? That's it? And the stuff is going down? See, here's the problem. Y'all, man, I just feel better now he's in office. Like, I don't regret my decision. I know what I voted for. We got billions coming in instead of billions going out. So, I'm cool.
Welcome back. You have listened to their views. They don't regret voting for Donald Trump. My stand is neutral, because when you go on voting, some people vote because they want to punish other people. Some people vote because they don't like the other person. Some people vote because, not because this guy they are voting for will help them, but because this guy they are voting for will deal with their enemies. So each and everyone have their own reasons for voting one party and denying another party their votes. So on all Trump supporters, those who are not regretting, they are getting what they voted for and they are happy about it. They knew immigration policy will be there. They knew Trump will remove DEI. They knew Trump will have issues with economic and police benefit. They knew Trump will have things to deal with the tariff, and they are okay with it. But those who voted for Donald Trump, maybe because they want Trump to punish their enemies, now the punishment is catching them all, and that's are most of the people. Maybe some of them are like, okay, we didn't think this will be on us. Now these black Americans have talked a lot on why they ain't regretting. They are saying things are down, oil is down, eggs is down, you know, and they're happy with the tariff, and they are feeling safe because the borders have been closed, and etc., etc. I respect their views, and I respect the views too of those who are regretting their vote, because when they present their issues, you see, okay, yeah, I see there is a problem here, because those who are supporting immigration policy, they are supporting it because they are saying we will be much safer. And those who are opposing it, some of them are saying we have been working here, we have built this, and then they are sending us away. So each and everyone have their own opinion. But now today's video is for those who are supporting Trump, those black Americans who are supporting Trump. And despite of DEI program, one of the primary reasons cited by some black Trump supporters is his stance of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Trump has taken a hard stance against certain DEI initiatives, particularly in education and the workplace. Now, many black conservatives urge that this program often lead to inefficiencies or even reversed discrimination, where qualified individuals are passed over in favor of others due to quotes of race-biased criteria. Supporters believe Trump policies can lead to more merit-based approach that gives everyone a fair chance. Now, I want to give you some example from my notes on why black Americans or some black voters are okay with the removal of DEI. Now, for example, we have George Otis, a black conservative, noted that he believes Trump's effort to curtail race-based preferences will actually create a more equal society. He feels that programs meant to boost diversity sometimes go too far, and Trump's approach to reduce or ending some of these programs could lead to fairer outcomes for all, including black Americans. That's an example from my notes. I don't know if I've read it well, but yeah. What do you say about that? Do you think by ending DEI, do you think it has benefit to black Americans? Because I don't want to dig too much into that. Let us communicate on the comment section about that. Another reason why some black voters support Trump and they are not regretting is his economic policies, particularly his focus on job creation, tax cuts, and deregulation. Trump supporters urge that his economic policies helped boost the economy and provide more opportunities for employment, particularly in industries that have a high percentage of black workers. During the first Trump of Donald Trump, if we can remember in 2017, some black supporters or some black voters pointed to low employment rates for African Americans as evidence of his positive on their life, or as evidence of his impact or positive impact to their on their life. While his opponents urged that these gains were a continuation of trend that started before his presidency. Trump supporters believe his policies made a difference. But when we on this economic and policy benefit, a lot of federal workers have lost their jobs, and most of these federal workers are black Americans or African Americans. So I'm not sure why they are feeling that Trump will create more jobs and this tax cut, because by cutting tax, he had to remove other workers from their jobs. And some of them, or most of them, were black Americans, Latino Americans, and even white people were removed from their jobs. And that's why most of the supporters have been out here claiming that they have lost their jobs because of this tax cut and everything. But for those who are claiming creation will be more, tell me on the comment section what you are saying about that. What I'm trying to do today, I'm going to use your reaction depending on these videos that we have watched, because I want to get something here. A lot of people have been crying about Trump being there, but the few who are not complaining, tell me in the comment section what do you mean by saying that the economic and political or economic and policy benefit comes with Trump. Let's go into immigration policies. It has been a problem since Trump gained power. In 3 months, a lot of people have been, they have lost their citizenship of the United States. The illegal immigrants have been sent away. Even right now in Kenya, a lot of Kenyans are being sent away, and they are being told they will pay 160,000 shillings in a day if they don't move out of America. Now, Trump has had tough stance on immigration, also appeals to some black voters. Now, while immigration issues are complex, some black Americans, especially those concerned about job competition or the impact of mass immigration on the economy, support Trump's effort to tighten borders and reduce illegal migration. They believe that controlling immigration helps protect American jobs and prevent the economy from being out of a stretch. Now, when I talk about this, I was trying to think from my head. Some black Americans have been complaining about Africans going to America, and they are too close to the white people, gaining favors, and they are not good to African Americans. So I think few black Americans, they are happy with this because some like these Africans or illegal Mexicans, they will go back, and this will create more job opportunities to them. I think something like that. Tell me in the comment section, because I don't want to dig so deep into this so that I don't want to get myself into a bad foot. But in each and every president who comes to power, there'll be some people who will be supporting his agenda and some people who won't support the agenda. So, for example, immigration policy has been a backlash. A lot of people have not supported it, but I have seen a video. There's a video I've played back then where a black American is saying that he feels so much safe when these illegal immigrants are out. Maybe there is some more job opportunities because these illegal immigrants have come and taken their jobs, because most of them have come there and they are being paid less, so because they are illegal, and that's taking jobs for Americans. And when we say Americans, we say black Americans, white Americans, Latino Americans, Asian Americans, those who are legally there. So on one way or the other, by sending the illegal away, job places will be vacant, and it will be given to the rightful owner, and the rightful owner are the Americans. And that's why I understand where Trump said he want to bring back American jobs to the Americans, and this is by sending the illegal immigrants away so that those jobs could be given to the Americans. Wow. As long as a president maybe does something, some people will cry, some people will celebrate, and that's one of it. The immigration policy is causing some people to cry, and some people are happy about it. And that's why we say that when you go on voting, some people vote because they want to punish some other people. Some people vote because they voting according to the agenda. Some people vote because they don't love the other, maybe the one who is running. So there is so many things that people will go out and vote. Okay, some black Trump supporters express disillusionment with the Democratic Party, which has historically been seen as a party most aligned with the black voters. They feel that the Democratic Party takes black voters for granted and does not deliver enough tangible results for their communities. As a result, they see supporting Trump as a way to challenge the status quo and push for policies that might benefit them more directly. These are black supporters, Democratic Party that are being led by Kamala Harris, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama. They take black voters for granted because they have been getting black voters for so long, but they have not been doing anything to vet black people. And that's why some black or Trump black supporters voted for Republican so that they can challenge the status quo. And as I said, some people will just vote to punish the other one. Now, I don't want to dig more on these topics because I want you to tell me in the comment section. Let's talk on the comment section. Do you think these black supporters who have talked here, are they right? What's your take on that as a black American? Because a lot of black Americans has not been out here saying that they regret their vote. No, they have been out here talking about how MAGA voters, they didn't listen and they are regretting. So black supporters have been so much neutral. These are the first set I've seen them saying they don't regret anymore. But I've not seen black voters who voted for Trump coming out openly and saying they regret. If you have seen the video, please share with me on my WhatsApp or my email. But I want you to tell me in the comment section, what do you think of this? Do you think these black Americans, they have a point? Do you think Trump was the better choice? Do you think he's doing the best for the country? Tell me what you think. Until next episode, peace out.